If you close your eyes and picture your dream cabin, stone fireplace, exposed beams, snow falling outside a wall of windows, I'm about to tell you why that picture in your head is already 2026, not 2015. Because the cabin look everyone's been building for the last decade, it's officially outdated. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to lay yours out so it doesn't look like everyone else's Pinterest board from 5 years ago. Stick around, because the layout mistake I'm about to show you at minute 6 is the single biggest reason cabin renovations feel off, and almost nobody talks about it. Before we dive in, if you're actually planning a build or a remodel this year, hit subscribe now, because I'm breaking down real floor plans, real material choices, and real budget numbers pulled straight from 2026 design data. I don't want you missing the next one. Okay, let's get into it. The cabin look is being rewritten. Here's the thing nobody tells you. The rustic cabin aesthetic you grew up picturing, heavy log walls, dark, distressed everything, antler chandeliers, that's not what's dominating in 2026. Designers are calling this shift the Rustic Modern Revival, and it's less about building a log cabin and more about feeling like one, while living in something that actually functions like a modern home. The idea is simple: keep the warmth, lose the clutter. Instead of piling on rustic decor until a room feels like a hunting lodge, the 2026 approach pairs raw, rough-hewn materials against something sleek. Think a rough stone fireplace wall next to a clean-lined modern sofa, or a hand-hewn wood beam against a stainless steel range hood. That contrast is the whole trick. Rough against refined, heavy against light. It's what separates a cabin that feels curated from one that feels like it's stuck in 2012. And this matters for your layout, not just your decor, because the way you lay out a cabin either supports that contrast or fights against it. The Open Concept Core, Layout Rule 1. If there's one non-negotiable in 2026 cabin layouts, it's this: the great room is the heart, and everything else orbits around it. Almost every well-designed rustic cabin plan right now centers on one big open space, living, dining, and kitchen flowing into each other, with no walls chopping up the sightlines. Usually there's a vaulted ceiling overhead with exposed wood trusses, and a stone fireplace anchoring the far wall as the visual centerpiece of the whole home. Why does this layout keep winning? 2 reasons. First, it maximizes how big a small footprint feels. A lot of cabins run somewhere between 600 and 2,000 square feet, and an open plan is what makes 1,200 square feet feel like twice that. Second, it creates what designers call togetherness. You can be cooking at the island while someone's by the fire and someone else is setting the table, and nobody feels cut off from each other. That's the whole point of a cabin. You're not building separate little boxes, you're building one shared gathering space with a few private rooms branching off it. Practical layout tip: if you're working with a real floor plan, put your kitchen island so it faces into the great room, not away from it, with bar seating on the great room side. That one decision is what turns person cooking alone into person cooking while part of the conversation. Where the bedrooms actually go, 2026 data point. Here's something that might surprise you if you're picturing a classic 2-story cabin. Current rustic floor plans are increasingly putting the primary bedroom on the main level, with additional bedrooms upstairs in a loft or dormer space. This isn't just a trend for trend's sake, it's practical. It means you can live entirely on one floor if you need to. No stairs for daily life, easier aging in place, and honestly, easier resale. The upstairs then becomes flexible space, a loft for guests, kids, or a bonus room over a garage, instead of load-bearing square footage you're using every day. If you're designing your own layout, ask yourself this one question before anything else. Do I want to be able to live on one floor forever, or am I fine with stairs long-term? That single answer changes almost every other decision downstream: where your laundry goes, where your primary bath goes, even how big your entry needs to be. Okay, this next part is the layout mistake I promised you at the start. It's the thing that makes a beautiful cabin still feel like it doesn't work day to day. Let's talk about the mudroom. The mudroom nobody plans for. Cabins exist because people want to be outside, hiking, skiing, fishing, hauling firewood, And yet the number one layout regret in cabin design is not budgeting real square footage for gear. 2026 rustic plans are correcting for this hard. You're seeing generous mudrooms right off the entry, built specifically for boots, coats, skis, fishing gear, whatever your outdoor life actually involves, plus dedicated storage or small workshop nooks near the garage. The mudroom isn't an afterthought closet anymore. It's treated like a functional room with its own layout logic, usually positioned between the garage or exterior door and the main living space, so dirt and gear never actually make it into your great room. If you only take one thing from this video, when you're sketching your layout, draw the mudroom before you draw the powder room. Most people do it backwards, and it's the reason so many beautiful cabins end up with muddy boots piled by the front door for eternity. Materials that actually read as 2026, not 2015. Layout is half the story. Materials are the other half, and this is where a lot of cabins accidentally look dated. Here's what's shifted. Wood tone. Light pine, the classic log cabin wood everyone associates with rustic style, is being replaced by medium to dark walnut and rich oak. Douglas fir shows up a lot too, prized for its warm, reddish tone. The idea is depth and ageability. Walnut and oak get better looking as they age, where light pine can start to feel a little bit like a ski lodge from 1998. Hardware. This one's subtle, but it changes everything, swapping traditional rustic pulls and knobs for sleek, minimalist modern hardware on your cabinets and doors. It's a small move, but it's exactly that raw against refined contrast we talked about earlier, and it's one of the cheapest, easiest upgrades if you're renovating rather than building new. Texture. Tambour is having a real moment. Narrow, rounded, repeating wood slats you might have seen on a fireplace surround or a kitchen island. On-screen graphics showing tambour wood slats here helps viewers picture it. It gives you that log cabin texture in a smaller, more controlled dose, without covering an entire wall in logs. Color story. Instead of an all-white cabin interior, which was everywhere for the last several years, 2026 is leaning into warmer, layered palettes, cream, brown, and olive together, or taupe, charcoal, and a muted terracotta. Pick one warm neutral as your base, then layer in 2 or 3 nature-based accent tones. That's it. That's the whole formula, and it works in almost any cabin size. Bringing the outside in, biophilic layout. This next piece directly affects your floor plan, not just your decor. Biophilic design, literally designing to connect people with nature, is one of the fastest growing directions in cabin interiors right now, and it shows up in 3 layout decisions. First, floor-to-ceiling windows framing your best view, usually positioned in the great room where you spend the most time. Second, skylights, especially over kitchen or loft spaces where you don't have an exterior wall to work with. Third, direct sightlines to outdoor living space, a deck or screened porch positioned right off the great room, so the indoor and outdoor spaces function as one continuous zone in the warmer months. If you're serious about this, don't treat your porch as a bonus add-on at the end of the design. Position it in the initial layout, directly accessible from your main gathering space, and size your windows around your actual best view, not just wherever a window happens to fit structurally. The bones, stone, beams, and the focal wall. Every strong rustic cabin layout has one wall that does the heavy lifting visually, and in 2026, that's almost always a stone fireplace wall, floor to ceiling, under a vaulted ceiling with exposed timber trusses. This is worth planning around early because it dictates furniture placement for the entire great room. Your seating faces it. Your sightline from the kitchen crosses it. Even your entry sequence, the first thing you see when you walk in, should probably lead your eye toward it. Native stone is preferred over anything that reads as artificial or overly polished. The goal is something that looks like it belongs to the land the cabin sits on, not something that was ordered from a catalog and installed without context. Quick-fire layout checklist. Let's bring this together into something you can actually use. If you're designing or renovating a rustic cabin in 2026, here's your checklist. Open concept great room, kitchen, dining, and living with no walls between them. Kitchen island facing into the great room, not away from it. Consider a main-level primary suite if long-term one-floor living matters to you. A real mudroom, sized for actual gear, positioned between exterior access and main living space. Medium to dark wood tones, walnut, oak, or Douglas fir, over light pine. Modern hardware on rustic surfaces for that raw versus refined contrast. A warm neutral base color with 2 or 3 nature-based accents, not all white. Floor-to-ceiling windows or skylights, aimed at your best natural view. A porch or deck with direct access from your main living space. One dominant stone or timber focal wall that the whole great room is built around. That's the layout, the one that's actually being built in 2026, not the version stuck in everyone's head from a decade ago. If this saved you from making a layout mistake before you even broke ground, do me a favor and subscribe. Drop a comment telling me what size cabin you're planning, and I'll get you the next video on exact material costs for 2026. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.